All right, there goes Super Scroll. No vulnerables on him. Phoenix, she has offense up, no vulnerable. Let's ult here. That's going to take Thanos out.
Nowhere. Where you going? Nowhere.
How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here, and today we have Cosmic Crucible against Agent Everett, and this is going to be a rough one. It's a very interesting defense. He's 250 million TCP, and I was trying to rack my brain how to get the most efficiency out of this type of defense. So in stage 1, they have the Phoenix Force, 2-piece Annihilator, Super Scroll, kind of the standard defense. And you're going to see on here, they are loaded with that G20 overpowered 11. Stage 2, they end up doing these 3-piece Superior 6. They have the offense up in stage 2. They put Vulture in here, and they brought Mysterio in here as well. So this is pretty interesting as well. Stage 3 is Night Stalkers with Scientist Supreme, kind of a standard defense, but putting it in stage 3 is pretty interesting. They move fast. They can get the crits out there and kind of take that ability energy away from you for those ultimates. Stage 4, we have Xavier, Noel, Gore, New Emma, Black Knight. I was trying to see if I had the tools to try to get a one-shot on this. I don't think I do, so I think I'm going to have to do a burn attack into this, then do a follow-up hit to really get the best efficiency out of this type of defense. Stage 5 is the full Thunderbolts. Stage 6, they have Liberty with Mephisto, and as you see again, they are loaded with that gear tier 20. So let's go ahead, start the attacks, and see how we end up doing on this one. All right, we are starting off in stage 5. We are using our Cabal, Ares, Kang team in here. Now, they are diamond on all of these characters as well as the G20. However, even though it's about a 3 million power punch up, this team does extremely well into this type of matchup. So let's go in and take it out. All right, so right off the bat, we're going to be able to get the slows out there. Let's go ahead and target the Taskmaster portion here. All right, now we're going to target Songbird. We're going to use that special from Iron Patriot. That's going to flip, get those assists called in on Songbird, so we try to get her killed off early. Let's go ahead, target Taskmaster here for a turn meter rewind. All right, let's go ahead and special into... let's go into Hyperion here. I debate about going into Ghost. However, we have that the Kangbang coming up. All right, this here is going to be unavoidable. That's why I like Ares in here with that ultimate. So let's go into Ghost. All right, there goes Ghost. Now we get to pop the ultimate from Kang, and that should kill everybody. It does. Perfect. One down. All right, for stage 6, we're bringing the Starjammers in here. Now, typically, I don't like Starjammers going into Liberty because they get that immunity, meaning we can't really pull anything off. However, with stage 6, in here, when you end up hitting them, you do end up clearing, copying, clearing all their positive effects. So should be able to get around that immunity, kind of stop the speed from the Mephisto. This one should actually work pretty good in this room. Let's go in. All right, so right off the bat, we get to target somebody on here. Let's go ahead and try to get that stun into Mephisto over here. All right, so there goes the positive effects from Cap Sam and Falcon. Let's go ahead and throw the ability block into Joaquin. That's going to take the buffs away from Peggy now. All right, and we were able to get the buffs away from Patriot. That must be due to taking the barrier off for how that ended up working. Let's go here into Peggy now. All right, so now we're going to pop the ult. All right, so there goes Peggy. There goes Mephisto. Let's go ahead and take out Patriot over here because we got that nice control going into Falcon Joaquin. Now, offense up is going to hurt, but I think we might be okay. That Patriot's going to take all our buffs away. All right, Cap Sam ulting. All right, let's go ahead and ult into Patriot, get him killed off. All right, special here. That's going to take their buffs away. Let's go into Falcon Joaquin. He's the healer. I would need to get rid of that heal. All right, there he goes. All right, so now we have an easy cleanup here into the Cap Sam. So it wasn't as clean as I like, but we were able to one-shot that Mephisto comp in here. All right, stage 4. This is basically going to be a burn attack for me. There's an event going on right now where you need to use Vigilante. I don't press use a Vigilante in any of the other team comps I have going in. I've seen it work in that stage 1. I've seen it work in stage 3 with against those comps, but it's too risky. I'd rather use this team as a burn attack in here, get that exhaust mechanic into the Xavier and the Black Knight, and then we can kind of do a follow-up attack. So we only need to drop 1 attack realistically. If we can get some good damage from this team, that's just going to be an added bonus. Let's go in. All right, so Gore's taking his turn right now. There goes the ult. Pretty good damage. All right, now we have Silver Sable. We're going to pop the ult right here. All right, there goes the Xavier. All right, that's perfect. He went into the Daredevil Modern. Nola's popping his ult. All right, so we were able to get the ult pulled off of Noel, Gore, and Xavier's special. I don't really care about getting extra damage into Black Knight. I do want to get extra damage into Xavier. So let's go ahead and ult into Xavier here, get that striker shot into him. Or just die after we pop it. Cool. All right, we are doing the follow-up attack into here now. So we're going in with the Immortal X-Men. We already pulled all the good abilities away from Noel, Gore, and Xavier. There's the exhaust into Black Knight. I do need to try to get rid of that Xavier before he does the ultimate. If we end up doing that, then this should be a pretty clean follow-up. All right, so Gore is going first still. That's fine. All right, so now we can get a stun out there. So that's going into Xavier now. All right, we're going to end up doing the special into Xavier. That's going to prolong those negative effects. Get some nice debuffs out there. Get the striker shot as well. All right, let's go ahead and pop the special. Let's go into Emma Frost X-Men before she takes a turn. All right, we're going to basic into Emma. So now I feel confident that we can end up using the ultimate here. All right, Storm is going, and that's going to be the finish on here. So pretty good 2-tap on this one. All right, for stage 2, this one here is going to be somewhat risky. It might end up costing a lot of efficiency, but I think we should be able to get a one-shot in here. We're going in with our Superior 6. We're adding in Mysterio for the immunity portion of it, some ability blocks and everything. Blizzard's going to end up going first because of the Spider-Verse on the other side. We don't have any heroes, so we don't have to worry about the turn meter that Vulture gives. Because there's no Preton out here, I can target Green Goblin Classic, ult with Lizard. We'll have offense up, get all the assists in on there. And then from there, we should be able to kind of pick our poison on who we want to take out next. So let's go ahead and see how this plays out. All right, so Lizard's going first. We're going to target the Green Goblin Classic. We're going to use the ult right here. And because we have all those offense ups, we should get all those assists in. And hopefully we can get an easy kill into that Green Goblin Classic. All right, so now we're going to end up using the ultimate right here. All right, so there goes Green Goblin Classic. That is great. Vulture's going. And it's pretty much over at this point. Let's go ahead and special get rid of those negative effects. And let's go ahead, try and take out the Spider Slayer here with the ult. All right, so there he goes. Let's get rid of that deflect from Vulture. Let's just stay on Vulture here. All right, special. There goes the blind out there. Some nice ability blocks. A lot of control on this one. All right, there goes a Mysterio. There goes Vulture, Mysterio dupe. Let's go ahead basic here. We have those offense ups. And counterattacks. There it goes. All right, now we just got to get rid of these two. Let's just basic. And let's just basic. We have offense up, so it's pretty much easy cleanup. There we go. All right, for stage 3, we're going in with a 2-piece Annihilators. Basically, Gore's here for the new stats, overpowered 11, just to try to help clear things up. I have APOC in here for a Falcon Punch. We have Quasar in here just because he's a great character. Then Old Man Logan in here just because he's going to be specially never return, just like Quasar is. This one should be pretty good, I'm hoping. Let's find out how this goes. All right, so Blade should be going first. Going into Gladiator, that's fine. All right, there goes Agatha ulting. So Gore's gone. However, that should get APOC moving. There goes Quasar. All right, so we get a special here instead of an ult. Just because we did end up getting that crit into us. Special here. All right, so we are off the taunt. There goes Oath. Thank you for that revive once. All right, let's go into Blade. I need to get him killed off. Get the assist popping. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna get a stun into Blade instead of ulting on here. I want the revive once back on me just in case I need it. Let's just stay the course, stay on Blade. All right, so now we could end up doing an ult right here, get the claws out. There goes Agatha, perfect. All right, so now we could end up doing a special. Let's just kill Scientist Supreme, get damage into the other two. All right, there we go. Not as clean as I like, but it did work, so I'll take it, right? All right, for stage 1, we're using our Illuminati, Odin, and we're using Null as the 5th option on here. I already used my Ares and I used my APOC, so I can't get off the safeguard from Gladiator. So I'm going to have to deal with that portion of this matchup. I'm going to have to lean into the Odin battlefield effect realistically for this. For Null, he's here so I can try to get Carnage out, get some turn meter, kind of get going. And I'm going to have to be careful with getting those vulnerables out there because they could end up wrecking us as soon as they start taking their turns due to the overpowered portion and the room rolls. So hopefully we can survive this and just Odin carry us home. All right, so right off the bat, we're going to end up doing a special here. All right, let's go ahead and special. That's going to end up, well, we can't get the safeguard because of the Phoenix Force, but I don't want to end up doing the ult and get vulnerables on everybody. All right, let's go ahead and, well, ult here. Try to get that striker shot. All right, so there goes Gladiator. There goes one threat. Super Skrull doesn't have any vulnerables on him yet. Let's just go ahead and special into Thanos. All right, we did get assist. Let's special here, get some buffs up. All right, so there goes Omega Red Phoenix Force. No vulnerables, thankfully. All right, so there goes the first blast. Thanos, he got pushed. All right, there goes Super Skrull. No vulnerables on him. Phoenix, she has offense up, no vulnerable. Let's ult here. That's going to take Thanos out. All right, there goes Super Skrull. All right, so now we have Odin kind of doing his thing. This should finish it off. 5 vulnerables out there. Yeah. All right, so one shot that one. Definitely scary for sure. All right, and it looks like we actually got the victory on this one. We dropped one matchup for a 49,760. Agent Everett was not able to full clear me. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought this would come down to that one dropped attack then going to efficiency, which is why I was kind of stressing. Stage 1, we did the Odinati with null, 8353, not efficient, but it was a one shot. Stage 2, Superior 6 with Mysterio, we dropped Craven for that, 8368. Stage 3, APOC, Old Man Logan, 2-piece Annihilators, Gore did nothing. Gladiator, he was there to take the opening hits. Then Quasar, 8355. Stage 4, we did a Vigilante Burn Attack, Immortal X-Men follow-up, 7959. Stage 5, Cabal, Ares King, 8369. Starjammers into the Mephisto Liberty, 8356. If this was not in stage 6, I don't know how it would have tried to get a one shot on this one. This would have been pretty tough, actually. All right, so for my defense, this is my Thanos, Phoenix Force, Super Scroll, Shadow King. Immortal X-Men failed, barely. Looks like Phoenix died, healed Omega Red back up. They went in with APOC, Kahori, Old Man Logan, Ultimus Nightcrawler. Kahori's a bad move because every time you take a turn, Omega Red Phoenix Force gets extra speed, and that starts really ramping them up early. And then they went in for the cleanup for Astral 2-piece Orcus, 7565. Stage 2, they dropped one matchup in here, so they went in with 3-piece Accursed, Guardian for the offense up, then Herc. They couldn't do anything, it looks like, 7958. Then they went in for the cleanup of basically Wanda's Revenge on offense. Stage 3, so this one they couldn't clear, so they did a single burn attack of Invaders, then went in with Illuminati, Shadow King, Odin. That failed into Xavier, Mephisto, Black Knight, New Emma, Kahori. Then they couldn't clean that up with New Wars. We'll come back and watch the replay on that when I'm curious. Stage 4, this is my Liberty Ultimates. This catches people off guard. They went in with the Vigilante. Looks like Ultimates popped up early into Daredevil Martyr, then it's easy after that, 8367. Stage 5, same thing I did, Cabal, Ares, Kang, 8370. Stage 6, they tried Vigilante, that failed. I really don't like Vigilante into this team, which is why you saw me use that as my burn attack. Then Starjammer's cleanup, 7967. Let's jump back over to that stage 3. I want to see this. They already have the one exhaust. I'm wondering if they didn't pull Xavier's special that cleared the exhaust, and then he was able to kind of get going. So let's see how this goes. Passive shot into Shadow King. Mephisto does his pact. Mephisto ult, turn 1. Yeah, that would do it. That would definitely do it. Basic here. And yeah, he's got to keep it. So now Xavier ult. New words for the cleanup on that. I don't think that would have been smart after seeing that right there. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Agent Everett, good game. I'm sure we're going to match up again, but the streak lives on. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, subscribe. Until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.